some thoughts about 2024. It's becoming more and more difficult every year to be able to predict what's going on. So God knows what's in store for 2024. Especially after 2020, we need to be cautious. But talent communities has been something that Todd and I have been thinking about for a long time now. And of course, Todd's definitely coming from the industry of many years of senior recruitment, has the industry expertise and everything. But that's just one of the many trends, and hopefully that'll be the case next year. But I think what I was, my entry for that, it concerns all of us, is a lot of people are sort of seeing a comeback in terms of the enthusiasm, the excitement in the community industry. So a lot of people lost their jobs, and they were demotivated, and they went through some difficult, challenging times last year. But the industry, I think, just like the .com boom, and this was an inspiration when I was actually traveling around the Bay Area, and then went to Computer History Museum for the first time. A dinosaur, like fossils, like myself and Todd, just because I'm just pulling his leg every time I talk about age and everything. We are young at heart, but we do remember very well the times of the .com boom and .com bust, and I believe that a smaller scale of that has happened in the community industry. And I think we're just going up now in the greater scale of things. So hopefully 2024 will be the time of more mindful, more sure-footed recruitment or ramp up of community professionals. That's something that I can say for anyone watching, and hopefully that will come true.
I love that. Can I jump in on that by chance?
Please.
I love that you say that, because I think we're also starting to see this boom in terms of the methodology for people who are not in any way, shape, or form involved with community, trying to get engaged with their local politics. And there's now this new, fresh discussion for how do we have conversations that don't break us down. And it's kind of amazing that you say that, because it's like you predicted the Kyrgyzstan video. Like, community as an industry, we have a Kyrgyzstan video now, which is just huge, where they're like, how do we fix social media? Well, we focus on smaller communities. And like, it's just so perfect that you say that, you predicted it, and then immediately we have this beautiful Kyrgyzstan video talking about like, but is it really tech bubbles? Like, is it really echo chambers, or is it just us being us on the internet? It was a solid prediction on your part.
One of the fun things is, having actually, I was a student when .com boom happened. I was a student in management information systems, so it was basically what I was doing. So, and I was, sort of following it, and you could sort of predict, and history tends to repeat itself. And so, in the .com boom, so to speak, and it was all sort of revived as I was, visiting the museum. There was this understanding that the internet was the answer of many things, but the infrastructure just simply didn't exist. So people were just thinking about selling bus tickets or doing anything over the internet. But it wasn't like the world of today, where you had to have massive resources. And I think Amazon was the only company that sort of stood the test of time by and large. So I think a similar thing has happened in the community industry, where, especially with the pandemic, everybody thought that online communities was the answer, regardless of the question. And there was a lot of, ramp up. There was a lot of sort of excitement around it. I mean, much of it was well warranted, but I think just like the technology, some of the technology focuses of the last few years, it just grew, quite massively. And then sort of, when things, became a reality, that's when things started to go a little bit south. So I think there was a lot of I thank you for saying that, and I hope that this sort of prediction comes true in all respects. But I think we can take a lot of lessons here, learn a lot of lessons from the history of even in the recent things.